Welcome to FRC Recap, where you get the breakdown and discussion going on this week in FRC. For first updates now, I'm Tyler Olds.
And I'm PJ Lawalski. Our guest tonight is one of the founders and the president of the Rainbow STEM Alliance, a longtime head referee in both FTC and FRC, and a good friend of mine, John Kentfield.
Hi.
Thanks for being on, John. Appreciate it, man. Lots of stuff to go through today, so let's roll right into our headlines. Well, if you haven't heard the big update on Friday, first came in with a bombshell. We'll bring up the screen in just a second, but a whole bunch of updates to the robot construction rules, including that the bill of materials or BOM has been eliminated. In the blog, Frank writes that, quote, "While we had good intentions for the BOM, the rules were probably the most complex we had in the manual and a source of frequent frustration." So this changes for the 2021 season, and that also, please note that the $500 individual component limit will still be in place. In addition, the blog had a clarification stating that any robot that was legal for competition use in 2020 will still be legal for 2021, so that you could just show up with your robot as is if you want to. It'll be interesting to see if there's a change in that as well, because we know there's going to be some changes to the game. They said that's not going to happen until a little bit later, but it'll be quite interesting. Real quick, we don't want to take too much time on this with headlines, but I'd love to get just quick reactions. PJ, reaction from you on the BOM being over, at least for 2021.
Seems good. I don't know. I was out of first for a while before starting to mentor this year, so I feel like in the 3 years or so I wasn't mentoring, the BOM became a bigger and bigger problem and more of a dinosaur in some ways. But after reading more and seeing just the games you had to play, it seems like it's a good thing on the surface. But like I said, not something I've had a lot of direct experience with.
John, quick gut reaction from this?
I'm excited for it. The BOM rules have been just kind of growing and getting more and more complicated, and teams have found more and more creative ways of skirting them. So I think overall it'll be a good thing for the community. So.
No, and since somebody in chat asked, we do have the Crab Rig song on air, or it's right here. I know our guests can't hear it, but we'll play a little bit of Crab Rig in the background for your party music going on here. So as we move into our next headline.
All right, our second headline for today. The FTC game is going to be getting a teaser that's going to drop this Thursday at noon Eastern on YouTube. It will be interesting to see what FTC is going to be doing this year. In a teaser, I doubt they're going to cover COVID precautions, preparations, and stuff like that. But I know teams are waiting to see how their seasons are going to be affected. I know we started a rookie FTC team last year, and with the competition season being from October to December, like that's coming up soon, and we still don't really know where COVID and stuff like that is going to be at that point. So I doubt that's going to come up in the teaser, but I think it's something that definitely has to be addressed soon with FTC season right around the corner. With whatever the teaser brings to the table. Here on Fun, we'll be having a teaser breakdown on our FTC live show that same Thursday, June 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern. And so then, if we want to move on to our next headline.
Oh, that's on you, John.
Sorry. So the next headline is about the Inspire NC Challenge video and Valor Challenge. If you're looking to keep your I swear I can talk. If you're looking to keep your skills sharp this summer, there are two CAD challenges approaching. The first is the Inspire NC CAD Challenge, which will have both FRC and FTC Challenge with signups open through July 3rd. The game challenge released the same day, and until July 10th, you have to CAD your robot for the challenge. The game is called Green Generation, and we can't wait to see how this unfolds. I know personally when I was in high school, I would have loved to have been able to do a CAD challenge, but CAD wasn't as much of a thing back in my day. So also expected in late July is the return of the Valor CAD Challenge, which has been a top-tier FTC challenge. Look for more information soon on Fun social media or Discord server.
Last night, if you didn't see, by the way, if you missed it, the show Duff Takes a Cake was on. I know FRC was doing a lot of promotion for it. But Duff Takes the Cake, where they created a cake gonk droid. I didn't know the name of it was called Gonk, but apparently it is. By the way, this is partially filmed the LA North Regional. So if we're at the LA North Regional, I'm sure some of you got some NDAs to sign for those. But Duff created a fully wearable 120-pound gonk droid cake and a mini gonk droid cake to boot as well. He paraded the droid around the LA Regional, presented the gonk droid cake, which was consumed by several people at the event. We'll talk more about this later, but the cake slices were, when you got to feed a couple thousand people, they were a bit of a sliver. So I would have been a little disappointed. I would have wanted a little bit more out of that. But overall, really cool. The promo image of the episode, by the way, kind of showed a couple safety violations. So I was expecting there to be like a whole bunch of them during this, and actually it was pretty good. Like I didn't, usually a lot of times you see people kind of oblivious to either what FRC is or the safety rules. And overall, I actually thought they did a really good job on this. So if you didn't get a chance to see it, it looked really cool. Please go check it out. You can see it on Food Network on there through any DVR, and there might even be some YouTube clips somewhere as well too. Huge shout out to FRC for a job well done with Duff Takes the Cake and the Gonk droid, as it's called.
Wait, so the one that the guy's walking around wearing, that's a cake too?
Yeah, it has like a superstructure built in it, but it is actually a cake that you can eat. It's like, look at this. That's the big one. So look at the slivers, though. Like, come on.
But this is
one of my coworkers, Liz, was the FTA at that regional, so I should ask her if she got any of the cake.
Oh my goodness! I was told I would get a piece this time, but this time I didn't. But if you watch Office Space, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, super cool. Though. Like I said, it's. To be honest with you, a lot of times these get done there. The show obviously has this production cheesiness to it. Like, we can't fit the cake in the van. Oh my God, this is the worst thing ever. What are we going to do? Like, that's awful. But like the rest of it was really cool. I thought I thought FRC did a great job representing FRC. And I thought Food Network did a good job showing it off as well. So Chad, if you're watching live, let us know what you thought of the episode if you saw it as well too.
Yeah. And with that, moving on to our next headline, around in the streaming world, in what was a largely surprising announcement, Microsoft has announced they'll be shutting down their streaming platform Mixer after, I don't think it's been around that long, and will be moving existing partners and streamers over to Facebook Gaming. They've sort of just been unable to compete with Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook Gaming, and Microsoft seems to be looking to salvage some semblance of the streaming market with this move. One of the most important takeaways from this in the streaming world, from what I was reading, is that sort of like these big mega stars that Microsoft paid a bunch of money to come move over to Mixer, like Ninja and Shroud, are now free agents.
They're going back to Twitch. There's no way they're not. So.
Yeah, but it was apparently they were offered a bunch of money to stick with Facebook Gaming, according to some reports. But they both declined out of it and will most likely be going back to Twitch. Just some interesting news in the streaming world. I mean, I think we're pretty set over here on Twitch.
For now, at least. So we love being a Twitch partner, and it's it'll be interesting to see how that shakes in the around. I actually do think Facebook Gaming has a chance. And a lot of people are like, well, a lot of the younger demographics isn't on Facebook anymore, and yes and no. There's plenty of people still on Facebook, and Facebook is really trying to separate gaming from their main ecosystem of things. So it could be interesting to see if somebody's got to challenge Twitch at some point. YouTube's starting to do a better job as well too, with their join as well. When is Ninja going to play FRC Simulator? Says Luke 20. Sometime soon. We'll reach out to him and get him to play with us.
Sure. Okay. All right. I believe we have one more headline coming from John.
Yeah, so the last headline, Dean Kamen launched basically a lab that will grow human body parts, things like hearts, and I think I saw something about like the ACL and all sorts of other cool stuff. So the article was posted last week on Medium, and it features Dean discussing DECA's $80 million Department of Defense contract to manufacture replacement tissue and organs on demand. As a manufacturing person, this is wild tech. So the current organ transplant list is about 111,000 people. The current Help Start Army which is the Advanced Regenerative Manufacturing Institute, which includes 170 companies that now have given a total funding amount of $300 million.
Oh, we might have lost John on there, but I'll finish up there. But yeah, this organization currently has about 25 employees on there, and really go check out Medium's article. It's quite interesting to see what's been worked on. I remember them talking about the Luke arm a long time ago, and this is a continuation to that grant as well too. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this. And there's always the ethical questions of should we be growing human organs, that sort of thing. I'm personally on the side of yes, I think it's great to be able to do that, but I understand there are sometimes either ethical or religious concerns with that as well. But obviously Dean is looking to continue to make things big and keep helping society. So it'll be interesting to see if anything comes out of this, right? There's always things that look promising, and then you never know if it's going to be, the next game changer or game changer, get it? Or if it's not going to be that way. So it's Dean's obviously doing cool stuff. Sometimes it's the Segway, and sometimes it's Slingshot. Some things are super cool, some things are not. You can decide which one out of that I mean.
Hey, Luke arm though. Luke arm is super cool.
Yeah,
right? So.
No doubt. And that is going to be our headline.